Good morning from Sweden. I hope you are well. Today is the 16th of February 2026 and this is this morning's I Ching reflection where we are asking to see how the energies are around us today and how we can best navigate them in order to have a smooth and joyous way forward as possible. So we're starting by grounding ourselves and bringing ourselves into the present. Releasing old energies, releasing old thoughts, stress and things that keeps looping in our minds and coming into this present moment. So we're doing this by rooting into Mother Earth below and connecting to Father Heaven above. The universe above or all around us, okay? So sit firmly, like heavily, right? Really sink into your seat and then place your feet, if you're on a chair, place your feet on the floor, right? Connect to the surface below you. And if you're walking, each step, feel how you're connecting to Mother Earth underneath. And if you're cross-legged, just sit really heavily. And as you breathe in, your spine rises towards the sky. And as you breathe out, you sink into your seat. So this is relaxed, right? Even the spine rising towards the sky, it's with the breath it's rising. And as you breathe out, you relax, but the spine does not collapse here. It remains rising towards the sky. Crown point towards the sky. Seat and feet connected to the surface below and to Mother Earth below. And as you breathe in and out through the nose, and as you breathe in, the stomach expands. You're breathing into the stomach. And as you breathe out, they contract. And this is all the way around to the front, the sides, and the back. And focus on this movement. And then with each breath in, feel how it's almost like a very, very, very microwave going up through the spine. And as you breathe out, sinking down into the seat. As the lower dantian, which is the center, your center, which is an energy field in your center. It's like the solar plexus chakra. In another tradition, in the Taoist tradition, it's called the lower dantian. It's like a little energy field, like an energy ball that expands as you breathe in and contracts as you breathe out. Expands and then contract, and it's like the heat as it contracts becomes hotter and hotter and hotter, almost like you're blowing on coals, and then you expand, giving it space, and then contract. Heat spreads throughout your body. This energy spread all the way out through your arms and your fingers, your legs, your toes, chest, head, everywhere as you breathe out. As you breathe in, you pull the energy into the lower dantian and it expands. You pull it from the universe above through the crown point, or from Mother Earth below, and from Mother Earth below, in through the feet and legs into the lower dantian. And it expands, and as you breathe out, it contracts and condenses into this little heat pebble So let's start with the reading. So how are the energies around us today, and how do we best navigate them in order to have the most smooth and joyous day forward? Heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. So we got water. Water, kan, inner, below is kan, so that's 2 yin and 1 yang. Yin, yang, yin. And kan is darkness, is withdrawal, is winter, water, right? It's winter. It's cold. It's receptive. It's flowing. Dark color of like dark blue, but the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, or any ocean really, out in the middle where it's dark blue, black color of the ocean. So how are the energies around us, and how do we best navigate them in order to have the best way forward? And this is the outer gua, what's going on outside. Heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind or wood, mountain, lake. So we got mountain above. A mountain above. 2 yins and 1 yang. Called Gen. And we've got it there. So we've got mountain rising out of the water. We've got water flowing underneath the mountain. So let's take 2 coins out and see how this is changing. So let's see. So there we go. So we've got the second 9. The light is, it's not very good from here, and that spot that I've drawn on this coin is very faint. So we have got the second 9 is the changing line. It should need to be like that, and that, which means that is turning into a yin. So we have, I'd say, eliminating all yan. Now all yin, apart from the top one, which is yang. So, and that is kun, which is earth, below mountain. So it's a mountain, not gun. So mountain on earth, rising above earth, right? So mountain is stillness, kun is nourishment. So mountain is stillness and water is depth, right? And then let's have a look at the approach. So we've got yang, yin, yin, which is thunder. There's always a little bit of thunder. It's the shaking up, and that's usually now in the background. So it's not very. It's been for the last couple of days, right? Thunder. We had thunder over wood or wind, I think, yesterday. I can't remember, but it was thunder above without, right? But now we've got a little bit of thunder within. But because it's the approach, the hidden energy. It's sort of just felt, but it's not like a big shock. It's more like thunder in the distance. You can hear it, and you are being affected by it because you are hearing it. You can feel the clouds above you maybe gathering or coming in from, but it's not above you. So this one is completely the opposite. So this one is yang, and then yin, 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 yin. So here we go. He's coming, eliminating, but here we're beginning a new cycle. And that's like what's coming. what's advancing, what's hidden, but it's coming in here. This is the shift here. We've got water below the mountain above water. So we've got like a stream of water running below the mountain here. And then we're moving into the mountain rising above. So it's stillness without. Nourishment we're moving into within. Stability, trust, centered being, knowing you are just as good, you're worth everything, right? And Kan is like depth, having like this, it's darkness we can't see really, but it's making the water clear. And if the water is still and clear, when we've got stillness above here, then we can see clearly. So let's have a look and see what the book says about this one. So we've got mountain above water. There we go. 4. That's childhood. So this is the beginning of something new. It's childhood. It's a little toddler toddling about. So it needs a lot of nourishment. It needs to be loved and looked after. So this is where we're at the moment. We need to look after ourselves, right? And we do this by moving into a position of, to a situation of stillness, or making sure we are living in stillness, because that will soften our nervous system, or cool our nervous system, or relax our nervous system, so we're not in this fight or flight ready to handle all kind of disastrous situations. We're just allowing, seriously, we're just remaining still. We're allowing things to unfold as they should. Right now is not the time. We are in our childhood, we're in something new, right? We're stepping forward on this new journey in our life. And we need all the strength for that. So we mustn't be shook up, right? This thunderous emotion. We mustn't be thunderous energy here. We mustn't be shook up by things that are going on around us, right? Because within, we've got this, we need to have this stillness, cultivate this stillness so we can present this stillness without, okay? And it comes from within. So, so let's see what we moving into. This mountain over earth, which is 23. 23, which I think is something about leaving something behind, like moving out of an old cycle. I can't remember. It's before returning. But we'll have a look at it. Let's see. So we've got, and then the hidden energy here is Kun. Kun, earth over thunder. So it's like the earth is almost like an earthquake. Like you got shaken from beneath the, like your feet are being shook up a little bit, but it's the beginning, right? So here we're coming, it's the yin are eating up all the young lines, so it's just going to eat this one, but then the yang is starting here, so we're at the beginning. So we're coming into, this is like speaking about the end of winter. And this is end of winter, right? Because yin is all winter, and we're in mid-February now, so we're moving into the end of winter in the northern hemisphere. And the southern hemisphere is the opposite, right? But we're coming to the end of winter, although still here in Sweden it's still very cold. But spring is on our doorstep, so this is where we're at. So let's have a look at Kun over Zen. Thunder, which is 24 returning. Yes, and this is exactly what I was talking about. So this is the end, and then this is the beginning. Let's have a look at those first, and then we go into the main energy. So that I feel that is important. Falling away and then return, I think, is the turning back. Yeah, Bo and Fu. important. So falling away. And these are our patterns, really. It's like, yeah, how do we respond to things? And kun is responding, right? Kun is speaking about responding. It's about kun and kun, so it's a lot about responding. And this is falling away. So how are we responding or reacting to things? Are we reacting or are we responding? Right? And here we're being asked to respond to the situation in stillness. Again, the mountain is standing here still and strong, right? So stillness is what? And that's the outer. This is how we are going to be. This is how we are. We do not get ourselves rallied up about situations all around us, like in our exterior world. We are just remaining still. We don't get involved. We're just watching, really. So let's say turning back. And that's the underlying energy. Falling away is the earth element, earth. Falling away, which is earth. And then turning back is earth as well. So a lot of earth energy here. So I think I'm going to, actually we're going to look at the our childhood as well, which is the beginning, okay? So the message is really quite clear here, I think, that we have. So we are moving forward on our journey that we initiated now in February. Childhood Meng. And it is Earth as well. So we're all Earth enemy. Earth. So Mother Earth is here to nourish us. She's always here to nourish us. No matter what we're doing to her. Humankind, what we're doing to her is just terrible. How we treat anything around us. And that's because of unawareness, right? We don't know. We just rush forward. Oh, look at AI now. Everybody's going, AI, you're like crazy. As soon as something new comes in, everybody's got to come in. Oh yeah, we're expert in this, that, and the other. Like I'm in IT, right? And then everybody's got to be like, AI, AI, AI. And I could just see it. It's like a spinning wheel, right? And people are holding on for dear life. They don't even realize it. But everybody's rushing to the new. We're going to be the best at this new. And very few are looking at what are the consequences of it. So I'm not saying AI is bad, 100% bad. I do use it myself at times. Definitely in my programming. However, one must be watchful, right? So we don't, because AI are being used also in so many ways right now to create falsehood, to create things that are not true, right? If you go on social media, you see all these posts are created by AI. And it's just, you could just, when you see them, you could just feel how they're not aligned, right? So you can feel it. So I don't know. It's, there's some sort of falsehood with it when it's not created by a human, or when it's, I think when it's just being, somebody's just using it and then there is no personality behind, right? There's somebody's just churning out things without any thought behind, not use it, this is my creative thought, these are my words, help me present them, or these are mine, it comes from something that is yours originally. Yeah, so anyway, there's all artists right now in the world. You must remain truthfully you and stable, like the mountain. Continue creating from your heart. Sharing this truth that comes from your heart with the world, okay? So this session, childhood, prosperous and smooth. It is not I who seek the ignorant seeks me. On the first divination I give light. Repeating again is contemptuous. Being contemptuous, I give no more instruction. Favorable to be steadfast and upright. Yeah, so a lot of ignorance, and actually this is true, there's lots of ignorance. Like the human race is very ignorant, like generally, but we don't see it, right? We don't see that we're ignorant, but like people with the potential of an intelligence like we have would not destroy the place we live, our habitat. And you know, nobody does that if you are aware and intelligent and using your intelligence in a good way. Nobody does that, but the human race does. And then we go around and say we're intelligent, and we're not. We're destroying our own planet that gives us food and nourishment. That's not very intelligent. That's just dumb. But that comes from ignorance. Like, although we're being presented with the findings, but we're ignoring it and we're continuing in the same way. I must have this car. I must have this. I must do this. I must do this, blah. And then we're pointing at other people. Oh, but it's because of them are rising, like in China when the people were starting to get better life. And I would hear people saying, yeah, but now they're over in China want the same thing as us. And, you know, that's what's destroying the planet. And you're going, what? No, it's us. My God, it's crazy. It's just the ignorance. Like the human race, I feel like, we're in our childhood. Like sometimes I look and I'm going like, oh, it's like a bunch of toddlers running around, believing we know what we're doing. But this is where we must have compassion. Compassion. And also, yeah, sorry, I just went on a rant there. But we are destroying them. We're killing off animals, the factory farming, right? And we don't even need to eat animals. Our whole, like all our guts and everything are made for eating plants. So yeah, it is the length of the guts and all this, like the acidity in our stomachs, everything's made to actually digest plants. We can eat meat, but we have to cook it first, right? And we're destroying the planet because of the meat eating. And what we're doing to the animals is terrible. If we would do the same thing to a human being or a dog or a cat, depending on which country you're in, it's all belief systems, right? In some countries you eat dogs and cats and that's fine. And then other countries go like, oh, that's terrible, but we're quite happy to eat a pig, right? It's the same. It's the same as eating human meat, I think, for me. I think it's terrible how we're treating. And of course, this is what we get back. It's karma, right? The way we treat other sentient beings is what we're going to get back. We're destroying this planet. Yeah. Not very smart. And terrible, the destruction. And most of that comes from ignorance. It is not I who seeks the ignorant seeks me. This ignorance seeks us if we don't stay vigilant. That's what it is. Then we stay ignorant. We think that the Olympic Games are important. Maybe that's some fun things, right? But that's not important. Soccer World Cup is not important. Loving each other, looking after each other, making sure everybody's got like food and house and the planet is looked after and that we've got like continue living here. That's important. Everything else, like all these kind of things are not important, but people like, spend the whole life watching somebody running after a ball, just going, oh, seriously. God, I'm apparently on a rant mode. Sorry, I do apologize. I'll get back to this. So Shun denotes what has just been born. What has just been born is in his childhood. Thus, after beginning, childhood follows. Unenlightened, ignorant. At the foot of a mountain lies difficulty. The water, like is difficulty, danger. Difficulty makes him stand still. It is ignorant behavior. The ignorant can be prosperous and smooth if he acts in accordance with the proper time and follows the principle of the central way. It is not I who seeks the ignorant seeks me. His will responds to mine. On the first divination I give light. He was firm and in a central position. Repeating again is contemptuous. Being contemptuous, no more instruction. Showing contempt causes ignorance. Showing contempt, yeah. Contempt towards this planet that we live on. Like that is contempt what we're showing. Complete ignorance. And then we're destroying it. And this is what we do with our relationships. This is what we do at work, in our families and all this, showing contempt because we don't stay present and see what's going on and then actually caring and loving for each other. So we're destroying things. And that's the ignorance, that's ignorant behavior. People who take advantage of other people, that's ignorant behavior. That's trying to control people, that's ignorant behavior. It's like a bunch of deranged toddlers running around on this planet. Okay, so commentary on the symbol. A spring flows out of a mountain, the symbol of an unenlightened ignorant. In correspondence with this, the superior person makes every effort to cultivate virtue with resolute deeds. Yeah, it's ourselves. We need to look at ourselves. What is our behavior? What is my behavior? How am I responding in this? Am I reacting? Am I being oppressive? Do I, by being manipulated by somebody, actually cause harm to other people? Right? This is what happened during Hitler Germany. Not all Germans were evil, far from, right? But they're being manipulated. And then by being manipulated and following this person, lots of people ended up causing lots of harm. But that was ignorance. Then, of course, there was some evil people, of course. But it's the same thing going on with the Trump administration. The followers there, they're just ignorant. Right? Anyone who causes harm is either bad or ignorant. And most of the people who are causing harm are just ignorant. They cannot see how their actions are, what they're causing, right? Because don't have the mental clarity to see the effect of their actions, right? They're just angry or frustrated or following a poor leader, right? A weak leader, because a strong leader has a strong heart and compassionate and loving and wants to create peace for all beings, okay? Anything else is weakness, although it might it's being presented as strength because that's what we've been fed. Oh, going to war is strength, all this, yeah, look at that, weapons is strength and I've got muscles as strength. It's not. It's weakness. War should be lost. Last straw. We need to resolve the conflict before it comes to that point. They should resolving the conflict before the first punch. That is strength. Let's have a look. So the changing line is the 5th, 6th, which is an ignorant is being enlightened. Good fortune to be enlightened. She corresponds to her humbleness. So we are at the point where we're actually being enlightened. Eyes are being opened. The yin element at the 5th place is central at the supreme place. It is close to the yang element at the top and corresponds to the yang element at the 2nd place. In this situation, one can get help from above and below. It is a favorable condition for one who is about to undergo change. Yes, this is us, right? We're starting to see, but we need to look at ourselves, not just other people, right? Not other situations, just ourselves as well. But we are undergoing change. We are starting to see the craziness of this, but we're also moving into this change where we're starting to feel compassionate rather than anger towards people who are causing all this harm. We're starting to feel this compassion, because we're truly starting to see what's going on, what's really going on, right? After this line moves and alternates to the solid line, then the approach gua will be wind over water dispersing. The wind and rain. No, I'm reading the wrong line. It's the second line. Being magnanimous to the ignorant, good fortune. Taking a maiden as wife, good fortune. The son is able to sustain the family. So, but I wonder what it meant to that actually. We'll continue reading that one. The solid line at second place is a young element at the yin place. Firm, strong, central. It is the only firm element in the lower gua and is responsible for enlightening and educating all the yin elements in the gua. However, there are several yin elements in this gua and each has a different aptitude. One in this place should be magnanimous. Sorry, that was difficult. The central place dictates that the potential to be magnanimous is there. There is good fortune. On the other hand, the solid line at the second place corresponds to the yielding line at the fifth place. They are complementary with yin and yang, suitable to be husband and wife. If the husband is kind and gentle to his wife, there is good fortune. Applying the gua to a family, the yang element in the second place represents a son. The yin element at the fifth place is the mother. The mother in the fifth place is weak, a yin element. She is not able to carry the burden of the family. However, the son is strong and firm and magnanimous. He is able to establish a home where the family flourishes. The message of this line is that dealing with different persons and situations require different ways of responding. Okay, so we are helping to enlighten being. I'll start again. We are in a situation, we've got different types of people. So we need to respond differently to different people. Some people are easy to deal with, other people are more difficult. And this is what actually been the energy for a long time, right? But there are some elements in our environment, there's some people in our environment we need to keep strong boundaries towards. Some of them we need to let in, but there needs to be strong boundaries. They need to know that they cannot walk all over us, okay? Then there are other people that we need to bring in and support and help and allow them to flourish creatively, allow them to grow, right? So we need to have this beautiful, a kind, compassionate way of being, but using our strong boundaries, right? But even if our boundaries are strong towards some people, we need to remain compassionate, but we don't have to allow them to walk all over us. So, good fortune to the enlightened. She corresponds to humbleness. In the I Ching, sun is the Chinese character for wind. After this line moves, the upper gua mountain alternates the wind. In the I Ching, the character sun also represents humbleness. So remain humble, right? So we need to remain humble at this stage, but respond differently to different people, right? We're not treating people in the same way. Strong boundaries, compassion, one to some people, more openness and feeding and nourishing others, right? And allowing them to grow upward like there was yesterday, to grow and create in a good way. So what's happening is we're moving into falling away, yeah. So which means when we do this, it's actually we're changing our pattern. Like in the past, that we've been too easily to push over, right? Because there's been a kind heart, there's been empathy, like towards other people, but it's been used and abused and we've not had very strong boundaries. And this is what's falling away. Like allowing people to walk all over us and then overachieving or like over helping and like constantly trying to fix all sorts of things. This is falling away, that pattern. We can be very compassionate and we have the potential of being even more compassionate and kind if we have strong boundaries, right? So we protect ourselves, so we keep on nourishing ourselves. And especially here when we're in this childhood energy, we're in the beginning of this journey, we need to choose wisely where we put our energy. Are we going to waste the energy on getting into bickering or getting involved with dramas in places where we don't want to be? No, that's just a waste of energy. We want to put our energy towards something that we are growing, the thing that is in this childhood, right? And so we need to allow our old patterns to fall away and then remain still. Outwards, always stillness. Don't get into drama. No. You'll be like the mountain. Just sit there, being still, at peace from the center. Like nothing moves you. Like, this is it. Allow that. And if you are being triggered, then breathe in, like this breath practice that we did in the beginning. Just a few breaths. Breathing into the stomach. Pulling energies from above and below into your lower dantian. And then packing it. So when we breathe out and we pack this, it turns into a little pearl, like this energy field. It's like it's into a little pearl, and we're gathering energy and packing it and storing it. So we've got it for, the day ahead when we need it. So we never run out of energy. Okay. Falling away, unfavorable to have somewhere to go. So right now we're just being still as the mountain. We're not getting involved because we're in the childhood and nourishing ourselves, okay? So, falling away is decaying. The yielding want to change to firm. Unfavorable. The yielding wants to change to firm, right? Unfavorable to have somewhere to go. Little fellows are growing and extending. Act in accordance with the situation and keep still. Contemplating the image. The superior person comprehends the alternation of increase and decrease. Also the alternation of fullness and emptiness. It is the Tao of heaven. So this is like how things becomes fuller and then emptier. Now things change, like morning goes into day, into evening to night, and then morning it changes. And then we fill a vessel with water and then we pour it out in a glass and then it empties out. In the summer, maybe the lakes becomes lower in water, and then in the winter it freezes, and then in the spring the snow from the mountains come down and fills this lake, and then fills the lake, and then it becomes less water as we come to the height of the summer. Everything changes, right? Fill open. This is the message, or the wisdom of the I Ching. Nothing ever stays the same. And here's very interesting, because we got falling away, bow, turning, and then we got the underlying energy of turning back, which is turning back, prosperous and smooth, going out and coming in, no harm, friends arrive. So we're turning back, we're coming back to ourselves. No fault, the Tao falling away and turning back. See? So these two are like a pair, bow and fu. So falling away and then turning back to ourselves, right? Favorable to have somewhere to go. So in this one, we're staying. In this one, we're starting to move. So there's movement underneath, right? And this is the interchanging of the Tao, heaven and earth. The commentary on the symbol thunder under earth. An image of turning back. In correspondence with this, the ancient king closed the gates of the passes on the winter solstice. Traveling merchants did not travel, nor did the king make inspections of his states. Okay, so we're staying here, a firm container. Actually, this is a little bit, I feel like the underlying energy here is that you have strong boundaries and you are stillness, right? And you do not share your thoughts so much unless you can nourish, right? Other people's creativity, nourish them so they can blossom, but you do not share, your thoughts. You're contained, right? You're contained. So we are still in this situation where things are not that good, right? But we do not share our thoughts about it. We keep it contained. We do not stir the waters anymore. We don't rattle, we don't stir up a earthquake now. We're keeping it contained. We don't make a movement. So this is the message of today. Be contained. Allowing things to fall away naturally. Mountain erodes close to the earth, an image of decaying and falling away. In correspondence with this, that which is above becomes benevolent to those below, as if building houses on solid foundations. So we need to build houses on solid foundations. So here, yeah, there's no solid foundation, right? So, because it's all falling away. But this is the king, right, at the top. And then so we need to be the person who are benevolent all around us, right? Despite, it doesn't matter what's going on. Stillness, mountain, be like the mountain today. Self-contained. No lashing out. Not sharing things that not needs to be shared, okay? And then childhood, yes. And in childhood, actually, we need to nourish. Like a child needs to be nourished, right? It needs to be loved. It needs to be loved, nourished with love and with nourishment, with food, in order for it to grow up to a healthy, strong, healthy person. And childhood moves into needing, which is all about nourishing. Okay, so nourish yourself, remain still, steady, outwardly, be centered and contained. Okay. So, and do not get drawn into drama. That's not your problem. Allow it to unfold as it does. And do not put any thoughts towards it. Don't open your mouth and speak about it, okay? All your words today should be to nourish others in their childhood so they can blossom and be their best creative self, okay? So this is the reading for today. I hope it was of benefit, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day ahead.